Welcome to Proven and Probable, where we focus on metals, mining, and more. I'm your host, Maurice Jackson, where today we will discuss the royalty generator. I'm speaking of EMX Royalty Corp, trading on the TSXV, symbol EMX, and on the New York Stock Exchange, symbol EMX. Joining us today is David Cole. He is the President, CEO, and Director of EMX Royalty Corp. Before we begin, allow me to convey to our listeners that EMX Royalty Corp is a sponsor of Proven and Probable, and that we are proud shareholders of EMX Royalty Corp for the virtues we will convey in today's message. Mr. Cole, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Maurice. Great to be here again.
Mr. Cole, let's get current and prospective shareholders up to date on recent company developments. We alluded to the royalty generator in the introduction, and EMX Royalty continues to deliver. Let's begin today's discussion with the Buckhorn Creek Copper Porphyry Project in Arizona. What can you share with us?
We love repeat business, and we've had the opportunity to work with Kennecott, which is the exploration arm of Rio Tinto, for many, many years. I believe this is the seventh deal that we've done with them in the last 2 or 3 years, and we've got a great relationship with them. We're delighted to see their expertise and their money being employed on yet another property that we've advanced.
Moving on to Sweden and Norway, EMX Royalty has just consummated some transactions there. What can you share with listeners?
So, as is the case with the deal that we did at Buckhorn, we love to see monies being spent on our properties. We like to get payments as the properties are advanced and royalties at the end of the day. And one of the aspects of the deals that we've done in Sweden that are particularly favorable is that we're getting substantial share equity in the new public company which is advancing those assets. So that gives our shareholders exposure to the excitement of the company which is drilling and building a resource there, in addition to the royalty exposure that we have through the execution of our business model. So these are two good end member examples actually of us executing the business model very, very nicely in the recent past. And I'm delighted that we've had very good deal flow over the course of the last few years, and we do see deal flow accelerating right now as there's a lot of customer interest, specifically in copper assets as well as cobalt, etc. And so one end member that I was alluding to is one where we do a deal with a major company and we get their expertise and their money, that being Kennecott in this example, to advance the asset in addition to payments tied to advancement of the project and, of course, production royalties at the end of the day. And then the Swedish example that you brought up is a great example of us vending properties to a junior company, in this case a fairly fresh new junior company that's coming in with venture capital to expend on the project to advance it. And we're contributing intellectually to the advancement of that project. We're very pleased to be shareholders in that company. And we're always happy to have a royalty on the project.
If you would, sir, you referenced equity positions. Can you give us a percentage for both companies, sir?
Yes. So Boreal Metals is a recent transaction that we've done. We've sold them a combination of 5 different assets now. And that puts us right at about 19.9% of the issued and outstanding share capital of that company. And that's a nice position to have.
It certainly is. David, EMX Royalty is on target to becoming cash flow neutral. For someone new to the EMX Corporation story, can you explain what this means as a shareholder?
You bet. So, we've been building this portfolio for 14 years now, acquiring prospective mineral rights around the world, adding value dominantly through the geological process, but also utilizing our business acumen and knowledge of these regions of the world that have seen exploration and mineral development over time. And then we've leveraged that asset ownership by selling them off and keeping royalties and building a royalty portfolio. And this is the organic growth of a royalty portfolio. We believe it's distinctly accretive over the long term. And we're delighted to be in a situation where we have continued increasing royalty income flow coming in from our various assets, from projects that we've grown organically through this process and through royalties which we have outright purchased. And we're in an enviable position where we're breaching that threshold of becoming cash flow neutral and moving on towards becoming distinctly cash flow positive, which is a very, very nice goal for us to reach and meaningful to our shareholders. Puts us in a situation where we have a perpetual motion machine, the amount of money coming in is funding all of the growth and acquisition of additional mineral real estate around the world. Um, and I'm pleased that, as you and I have discussed in the past, that we were quite aggressive during the last downturn and invested our monies that we had in substantial landholding growth. And that's resulted in increased deal flow. And we're delighted to see that. And things are going very, very well right now for us.
Well, let's discuss the catalyst that will get us cash flow positive, and that is Malmish. What's the latest developments out of Russia?
Yeah, so that's a key strategic investment that we have made. And Malmish is an ongoing copper gold discovery of substantial size. We announced the maiden resource on that in 2016. We continue to work on that project. We're 41% shareholders in the company, which is advancing that. Business model there is to sell that project and crystallize our gain on the share investments that we've made. I'm of the opinion that will be a watershed moment for us and for the shareholders, all of us collectively, of course. And certainly having copper prices back over $3 a pound is a good tailwind to have in this situation.
It certainly is. And Mr. Cole, before we close here, what keeps you up at night that we don't know about?
I'm just super happy with the folks that I have the opportunity to work with, and the geologists and the people on the legal side, and people on the finance side that have come together to form this team. And I always want to make sure that they're safe in all the different regions of the world where we're working, and that we're continuing to advance and build this portfolio for our shareholders.
And last question, what did I forget to ask?
Well, you're usually pretty good, Maurice, but we're pleased to see that Newmont has continued to announce more positive results within the footprint of our royalty on the Carlin Trend, where we see substantial cash flow coming from the new shaft that they put in. They invested $300 million in that shaft, and we're delighted to have that royalty continue to pay. We're delighted to have Newmont as the operator of that. Our royalty covers most of the Leeville mine, portions of the Four Corners deposits, et cetera, and the northern portion of the Carlin Trend. And that's a key asset of ours. Delighted to have that in the background, and we're delighted to reinvest the monies that are coming in from those production royalty payments into our portfolio. Another key asset that's been paying us nicely is the Akarca project in Turkey. We get 500 ounces of gold, or the cash equivalent of that, every 6 months, and we're delighted to have that income coming in as well. That project's moving ahead nicely.
And I forgot to ask you, will EMX Royalty be at PDAC this year, sir?
We're always at PDAC, and we're delighted to speak with investors at PDAC. Certainly, investor relations and communication with our owners is one objective of going to PDAC. But actually, the more important reason why we attend PDAC, Maurice, is to meet with our customers. Yeah, that's a good opportunity for us to meet with the major companies and the junior companies that are interested in the exploration assets that we have around the world. And there's a lot of interest right now, particularly in metals that are associated with development of batteries, copper, cobalt, nickel, for example.
And I hate to put you on the spot, but will EMX Royalty be hosting a luncheon or breakfast? Do you know?
I do not believe that we have one scheduled at PDAC, but if you get a group together that would like to hear the story, I'm more than happy to come and give folks the details at any point in time. Nothing I like more than talking about what we're up to.
All right. And David, if someone listening to that wants to get more information regarding EMX Royalty, please share the contact details.
Yeah, happy to. So you can contact myself at dave@emxroyalty.com or Scott Close at sclose@emxroyalty.com. You can also check out our website, emxroyalty.com, for additional information that's available there. Send us an email. We're more than happy to send you presentations, etc. And we're also available by phone. And, of course, all that information is on the website.
And last but not least, please visit our website, www.provenandprobable.com, where we interview the most respected names in the natural resource space. You may reach us at contact@provenandprobable.com. David Cole of EMX Royalty Corp., thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable.
Thank you for joining us today on Proven and Probable. Remember to like and subscribe for more conversations with the most respected names in the natural resource space. Check out our website at www.provenandprobable.com. The information presented on Proven and Probable is provided for educational and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information is not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice, or any other advice. You should not make any financial, investment, or trading decision based on any of the information presented without first undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or competent financial advisor.